Hey everybody, it's the Last Robokai here, and welcome to episode 8 of Let's Play Fate Samurai Remnant. Last time we met Boss, and we also had a little bit of a tussle with Rogue Berserker, and now it's time to pursue the main story, we're going to pursue the main story insofar as the game's going to give us a little bit of an aside to learn a bit more about the font war stuff, and then it's going to plunge us headfirst into a very big one. So, and this one's going to have a lot of action in it, so it's going to be great. Actually, the way that this chapter escalates is fantastic up to its finale. So I'm joined as always by Cool Guy, who now has Fate Samurai Remnant homework trying to guess the identity of Boss.
Yeah, I have one other guess, which I won't do until we get in there, because I'm sure we'll have stuff to talk about. But I have not we're doing commentary on this one very shortly after 7, so I haven't studied the blank yet. So I know my guess is going to be wrong, but I'm going to do it anyway.
We do it in bursts.
Screw all of you who are going to cringe.
Yes, we've also discussed how a lot of people who know Fate, every time Cool Guy gets it wrong, are just going to be like, I can't believe he checked that one. He's getting further away from it. But they're all pretty logical guesses so far, so we'll see how desperate he gets as time goes on. So,
this one's pretty desperate.
Yeah, so let's get stuck straight in. A short while later.
Yeah.
It was actually kind of tricky trying to figure out where to cut all this episode, because it does kind of just like run sequentially very quickly.
Yeah,
so.
and it just sort of keeps going.
We're on a downhill run to the end of the chapter. That voice.
The kid?
Well, who else would yell out Iori-sama?
Oh, Christ. Right.
It resumes.
I forgot she existed. It was a blissful time.
Look, they did one of the things that happened on the big New Year's broadcast. I say New Year's broadcast and not New Year's stream for Fate for Type Moon. It's because it was actually broadcast on television. So I had to sort of watch it via piggybacking somebody else who was streaming it on the internet while watching it on TV. And they had this bit in it where the voice actors for Musashi and Saber were sort of talking about like different travel locations to go and eat nice food in Japan related to their characters.
Yeah.
And so they went to the place where Musashi had her famous duel, and they had a little animated shot where Aria was there. And she challenged Musashi to a duel, and couldn't reach her sword, and kept trying to spin to reach her sword. And Musashi is just like, "This is great, I love this so much." And then Aria like falls over and just like dies. And Saber's just like, "Why did we do this?"
It's pretty fantastic.
It's beautiful. Everyone was just like fell in love with Aria, who had like people who hadn't played the game and had no idea about the game, were just like, look, it's really interesting that Saber is now a fake granddaughter, but I want that dumb cat. I want that dumb fox. Sorry, I want this dumb animal so badly.
Yeah, like the critical thing here is dumb, and Aria is definitely dumb as hell.
So yeah, so poor Aria can't really fight, and she's been chased out of Ueno by a fiend, which is going to be a bit rough on her if she can't get back there, because obviously she relies on the spirit font to stay manifested. So, and Iori's a little softy, so we're going to go and we're going to help her out.
It's a pain in the ass, but I'm a bigger softy than Iori, so I can't mess with him on it.
The good news is that this does have good payoff for us, which firstly gives us a little bit of a chance to practice our font battles a little bit. But on the other hand as well, it's going to give us access to a new mechanic. Secret's face.
That is her troll face.
It's interesting to note, actually, in Fate Grand Order, Saber is not classed as a saber face. Which is really interesting, because Saber face is a trait given to anyone who has a face similar to the original Fate Stay Night Saber. Because there is a character that deals bonus damages to saber faces. Her entire gimmick is that she hates... She wants to be the only saber face, and she's going to kill the rest of them. So, but for whatever reason, Saber isn't listed as a saber face. Which is surprising to me.
The funniest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life!
Also does bonus damage against sabers. Because even though they're an assassin, they claim they're a saber.
Oh my god.
Yeah, let's just...
I'm still stunned.
Yes. Oh yeah, there's a lot of really sort of interesting traits in Fate Grand.
Oh,
let's just
Christ, that is the
let's just
funniest
remove this guy
fucking
from the
thing.
pool.
Oh, man.
I'll tell you this, if the DLC that's coming out in February, the Kaon Command Contest, is actually just a lot of font battles, I'll be pretty happy, because I like those a lot.
Yeah, these are pretty sick events. Like, they sort of remind me of the like ogre battle style thing that they had going in. I think it was Soul Calibur 4. One of the Soul Caliburs. It was either 3 or 4. After like they had a full on words hard like sort of RTS sort of mode.
Yeah.
And like you brought in your custom characters or whatever to fight them, and like I'm getting huge memories of that with these font battles, and like I tell you what, that I loved that mode, Soul Calibur.
Right, so this is where Aria is going to give us a little bit of an idea of how other servants are going to interact with us on the battle map.
Get to the point.
I love Aria so much.
And you mentioned it. Nobody says you were telling the truth.
Well, yes, at least we know canonically she's not going to pull that blade hurt anybody.
Yeah, I mean, she can try. It's not going to help her much.
One of the other animated shorts actually has Musashi and Saber visiting a shrine, and Boss is there. And after, like, they have a brief discussion about stuff, he then goes, "Can you guys leave now?" And it's just kind of like, "Oh, okay, all right, bye, I guess." He's like, "Yeah, I'm bored.
Rude."
I'm bored now. Fuck off. But yeah, what has happened now is that Aria has given us the ability to move multiple times in a turn. We get, like, we'll start to see a little pink icon over the turn counter occasionally, and what that means is that's an extra move inside of the turn.
Got it, okay.
So we'll use it and it'll vanish, but we're still on turn 10.
And, alright, cool.
And he's like, "Oh, is this part of the plan?" It's like, "Yeah, no, I got this, don't worry about it. I'll just have to meet him at the Sakusa and beat his ass." Even though, obviously, we didn't need to, after all, because apparently it was...
Right.
Anyway, whatever. Whatever, fuck you!
I'm sure that will definitely be the mistake that is your undoing in this entire
Yeah,
this
parking
entire map.
parking on the capital and not losing it, you know, like...
Technically, you could have accomplished this with one action fewer. It's exactly the sort of thing that would piss me off and force me to restart because I'm completely unable to accept that in myself. And that is one of my largest character flaws.
Yup. No, well... it is what it be sometimes.
There are certain things that do not matter.
Sometimes it's just good to, like, bust out Saber, and sometimes Saber will just incessantly tell me to do something with them. And I'll be like, "Okay, fine, geez, fine."
Just really eager to get in there, okay?
There's like one later, I think, where Saber just repeatedly, just like, I don't know if it's like the game being weird, or the game just thinking I've not been paying attention this entire time, but it's basically just been, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. It's like, Saber, please. Saber, please, I got this.
Frickin' RimWorld always does that to me every time I reinstall because the learning indicator on it, like no matter how many times you actually accomplish the thing it's trying to teach you, it will not acknowledge that you have learned it until you mark as learned. You have to explicitly tell it that you have learned it.
Yeah, so there we go. We've got our extra moves. It really is actually every turn we get that extra move, it seems like. So we're actually, like, while we've got Aria, like, giving us her blessing, we're moving around the map, like, way faster than everybody else.
Jesus Christ. Alright, well, that just cleaned up the entire battlefield.
We are buffing ourselves up significantly with a lot of telluric energy at this point. So Iori is his magical attack and things like that is getting pretty cracked. So we're clearing through monsters a lot easier because of it.
Yeah, no joke.
Now we could cut around the bottom there, but we actually want to.
I was gonna say, like, if you want maximum total victory, you still need to go around the long way.
Yeah, I do the long way path, but in truth, you can actually sort of do it a bit of a faster way, and Aria will clean up the bottom layer for you when you get back and like when you clear Ueno, and like you'll sort of see it like once we do it. But I just did it anyway, just because like I don't share glory with anyone.
Never rely on people to do your work for you if you don't have to. Frequently you have to, but if you can just handle it yourself, well, that's the way you're gonna make sure it gets done.
Yatta Saber. これ式喜ぶほどでもない.
Now we're just gonna slap this clown.
Yeah. Take care of the Oni Bee to make sure that you don't have anybody up in your business, and then you can go the long way around to Ueno.
Because they're not spawning enemies on this one.
Right.
We're still not at the enemy is like repeatedly spawning throughout the game stage of Spirit Fonts yet.
Right.
Which isn't as big of a problem as you think it is because of all the things you get. I love the scream and the way that Revenant just sort of like, did the ghost grabby run. That was really good. I like that. The animations on everything is really good in this game.
I know I said it like twice or three times last episode, but the animators in this game are just super on the ball.
Yeah, no, this is a labor of love, and you can tell because yeah, so this is the boss of the region, so they're not going to move from that location. And truth is, we could quite literally get every single point on this map just by moving to the Fiend right now. Because that would basically, we have everything captured in such a way that the path Aria would take would in fact capture all of the points by virtue of those points like that.
I take it Aria approaches from the south like that, the way you are doing right this moment.
She swooses right in, yeah.
Yeah. There's no way particularly initially you would know that, though. She could have easily taken the northern route. Excuse you?
I didn't. It was kind of funny actually because I didn't sort of dodge the slam. Like I did, but I didn't riposte it. But I then accidentally riposted a skeleton attack. So it was like, whatever.
Honestly, the way it went down, I thought you reposted the slam attack, and just some luckless fuck skeleton happened to be in the way. Oh, bogus!
It's all right. I'll get better at it. This ended up being like a 3-hour play session where like the first hour was the last episode and then the next hour was this and then there's like a third episode I recorded after this, like at the beginning of the next chapter. See, now I'm doing it. Now I'm entering the katana zone. I'm becoming a real sword saint.
Don't think, feel.
Just backstepping.
Yeah, reposting a ground quake. That's definitely something a normal person does. Also, I am extremely here for it.
Here it is, the Soul Eater is back. Always reminds me of a Nue, but this is not the Nue. The Nue is in this game.
The eternal foe.
My greatest enemy is in this game.
Hey, there you go. Let's be done with those Oni beats.
We're unfortunately not going to get the time bonus on this one.
Oh well. Now there was, for the time that they gave you, sure was a hell of a lot.
Yeah, I just missed. just missed it. Just missed it. By literally like half a second.
Yeah,
the thing
that was definitely under a second. I wasn't expecting you to pull it out quite like that. But I mean, I'm just saying, if the the Phantom Ogre Knight had wasted less time, you would have been there.
Yeah, see, she runs down here, so she would have captured all the points, and we would have 100%ed it anyway.
Got it.
Because when she moves, she takes a capture line for you.
これで大丈夫だな。
はい、いおり様。私、とっても嬉しい。
アリア。
ちょっとだけ疲れてしまいましたわ。
You just want to pat her on the head and be like, there, go sleep.
そろそろ。
Yeah, like go chill out. At least if you're sleeping, you can't be bothering me.
Yeah, I did say to for the viewers at home, I did say to Cool Guy when we weren't on recording, every time Aria appears in sort of the opening parts of the game, she does her usual thing, but then immediately is incredibly helpful. So you can't really dislike her too much.
Yeah, you know, like she's kind of obnoxious, but also she is definitely doing her best. So
Yeah,
you know,
she's helping. She's not just occupying us for like no reason. And we get a little like really that helps us because the big fight we're gonna need all of the Teleric energy we can get. So we're definitely gonna need to
digressions.
yeah.
やるな。
Even call it digressions.
Yeah, the digressions are a bit more closer to mandatory early on to progress the story, but eventually we will start getting digressions that are like completely unrelated. And we'll also get digressions in New Game Plus, which will follow the actions of characters that we don't see at the time, to give us more of an idea of what they were doing at that particular moment, so we get to play as other characters and things like that.
All right, what do we got here? Nothing you can actually afford.
Yeah, so now we've upgraded the workshop for free, and now this is where it gets really good because we have a lot better things to take advantage of on there. Like we can literally like just buff Iori the heck up now. That's
Do those stick after the
No.
the RTS battle? Didn't think so.
you only get to hold on to the Teleric energy bonuses that he gives us.
Yeah,
But
didn't think so, but barely matters. Like I can absolutely see how they're just gonna crank up the heat with that.
yeah, it's gonna really help us out throughout a lot of the stuff. And yeah, we did a bit of leveling, so let's acquire our flamethrower. You hold that down and it consumes gems as you go, like any flamethrower does with ammo. And because we've done that,
力が。
All stats up. Okay, now there's one that's worth buying for sure.
so all of our stats are increased by 20. That's why you can see I was sort of prioritizing trying to fill that up over like anything else. And it's a similar thing with Saber as well, and you know any of the other characters as well. Like once you fill out a circle, then you get the extra stuff. For some reason I
Do you
forgot
need
those four.
skill jewel fragments for something? Okay.
Yeah, I was just like I zonked out for a second there. Don't mind me.
All right, cool. For a minute there, I thought you were 4D chessing something and was about to ask.
So that's a really good one. Extra valor gauge bars now.
All right, while we're doing this, I'll go ahead and lodge my shitty guess for
Okay,
this one. Narcissus.
Wrong.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Okay. You have sailed further and further away.
Yeah, no, like look, like the first two I had logic for. This last one was just like like they're really playing up how awesome I am, and it's just like, yeah, Narcissus. Okay, whatever. I told you all in the intro it sucked. I knew it. All right,
Yeah,
it's fine.
You're gonna need to go back to school.
Yeah,
and figure this out.
I gotta look at it again. Confident I will come up with it.
Yeah, no, like I had the absolute confidence that you were gonna nail it first go 100%, and that the whole stipulation about only getting one guest per episode was gonna be like completely unnecessary. And I still gave you a second one because I was almost certain you were gonna pull it off, like on the second swing. And
I really thought I had it with Midas. Like I'm gonna be honest. Like Ozymandias. I kind of felt that one was a little bit of a stretch but I really like that poem. So like I had to give it a shot. But Midas, I thought for sure. The cat even has blonde hair. He's even got gold hair. So like I'm gonna be like. I was genuinely surprised when you told me it wasn't Midas. Oh well, I gotta go back and look at Boss. I'm sure I'll figure it out. There's something here, I say, halfway like 12 crowded city blocks away.
Saber's a little upset because this place still sleeps like everywhere else does. It's kind of funny, like the little Saber meeting points just happen all over the place in this game, including during the font battles, which I always find really funny.
Oh, she's always finding time to be snarky as hell.
Welcome to Kanda.
では、Shousetsuの主軸を探すぞ。
待っていろ。Yui, Rider.
Yeah, we're charging into our biggest enemies, or at least biggest enemy we know's headquarters here. It's gonna be pretty big deal. Even the cat was hissing at us.
癒されるな。
But it's alright. Cats are easily won over.
Cats require pets.
There you go, we are the Kanda cat lover.
見てる前でよ、じいさんが急に姿を消したって話信じるか？
Ghost old men running the world.
そのおじいさん、彼岸のお化けなのかい？
おい、やめろよ。
I saw something pretty scary. Haha, maybe you're being haunted. Don't say that to somebody. That's gonna fuck them up.
At least not when they're genuinely terrified about that sort of thing.
When they're very perturbed by everything that's been going on. Let's pet this chunker.
よしよし。
よーしよしよし。
Yeah, so there's not a huge amount of things to do in Kanda due to its importance.
よく来たの。
We've got some stuff we could get, but we don't really have the money right now for much. So I'm just gonna buy a shitload of paper because we will need it.
Yup.
We did accrue a lot of sellable things during the font battle. And of course, Kagamaru is here, pretending to be a merchant, next to a merchant.
Really, he just needs to stop calling attention to himself. I don't understand how that very fundamental portion of things keeps eluding him.
He will be forever betrayed by his speech bubble, because I will literally talk to everybody for the Let's Play.
Yep.
He cannot escape. He can transform himself into anything as long as he's got a speech bubble. I will find him. Well, ominous and glowing. That's always a good start.
I'm gonna be honest. When you twisted around there and you saw one of the ball arts, I thought there was just this random fucking
通れるか
gravestone for a second. I was very confused.
無理だな尋常の壁ならまだし
Yes.
も
So we have ourselves a bounded field wall here.
結界を張る
Field wall.
先に小説その人がいるやも
Keeps out specifically keeps out people who you want to keep out while letting in people you want to let in.
この壁を抜けねば
狼藉者死生
ほうユイの手先か
These spies that definitely were very effective earlier, they were not.
Well, he's, like, you gotta dance with who you brought, and Yui Shousetsu brought a lot of spies.
Apparently.
A lot of people in black and masks.
There you go.
ここは通さる振るえよ
Well, yeah, Shousetsu was also quite popular amongst Ronin, so we got a couple of those in as well.
Definitely true.
I didn't
Wow.
well done the one, so it only did like a little bit of a boosh there.
Yeah, but I was wowing because there were a lot of dudes that got stunned from that. I guess that they were just the random COs.
Yeah,
So.
little mooks don't handle that sort of thing too well.
I'm sorry that that's one particular thing I've seen about 80 times now, but it's still not getting old. Is
Just fire hosing a bunch of dudes.
yeah, Saber just sort of flicking her sword, and like 80 dudes go smashing up against the wall like there's a typhoon on.
待てイオリここは一度引くが得策じゃ
じいさんどうした
死祭は後だ霊地の魔力がいる急ぎ浅草で霊脈につなげ
36系逃げるにしかずかセイバ
I just always really love it when Gramps is like sort of excited and he just sort of bends.
Rare.
He looks like he's just seen something like really interesting and is like inspecting it at full
結
force.
界を突破する手立てはあるか
なくもないが難しいじゃろうあれは腕の立つ術者が時を
So someone who knows their stuff has set up a pretty strong bandit field, which means
That scans like he said something similar with regard to the mind control magic. Somebody who knows what they're doing is screwing with this.
ではいずれかの霊地を狙うか
so yeah. So we're going to basically go back to our ley line start and build up a large amount of energy and magical battering ram ourselves through the bandit field. Seems like a pretty sensible idea.
Good a plan as any.
Sensible. Hey, look, yeah, it's better than nothing.
Which is what I've got. Nothing.
Yep, so new map. Gotta get to Kanda. It's got a field set around it, but as we're going to learn, things are a little bit more complicated than we'd like. So this is the new mechanic, the first of the many new mechanics we'll be getting in here, actually. In that we need to take sort of like the specific minor fonts tied to this sort of stuff that will allow us to, break through. So it looks like mostly what we need to break through that one are fonts that boost, that boost the affinity. But we aren't really going to go charging through that one just yet anyway, because... well, not down the middle anyway. It's actually easy for us to head to the right, because there's one down on the far right-hand corner, and we kind of need to do that to continue the story. So we'll just do that. Has the time come, he asks. I swear they already told us about this, but I guess they just wanted to make sure people understood that this is a thing you can do.
I feel like we at least discussed that, but
Yeah,
I don't
we
know
did.
if the game actually said something or if you mentioned it to me.
Yeah, I definitely did. But it's like, my brain's like, I'm pretty sure the game also mentioned it when I did it the first time. Because it's one of those this game is well designed moments. like in that particular time they like slap themselves on the back and being like, yeah, we don't have to take them all, we don't have to like do it all one at a time, aren't you glad, gamer? And I'm like, yes.
I mean, I doubt, like, when you pointed out that you can knock out enemies by just moving really well rather than necessarily having to kill everything, that was definitely a nice "we get you, gamer" moment.
Yeah. Well, there we go. That's sort of a problem solved.
油断せず行こう。
おお、こちらにも結界が隠されて。どうやらここは術が甘いようじゃ。これまで集めた霊知力があれば破れるかもしれんぞ。
So it's like tells you that you need to go over it. So here's where things start getting a little weird.
Oh, because homie be teleporting. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, but rather than chasing him back, we're going to go over here because the game's going to introduce another mechanic for us. Like I said, the bounded fields are the first thing they introduce, but we're going to get a lot of stuff.
I feel like we haven't seen Gaki yet in this game, have we?
No, this is I think it's pretty much the introduction of the Gaki. We talked about him like when I've been playing Neo 2 and stuff with you watching. The Gaki are essentially people who lived pretty shitty lives and were reduced to little goblinoids that can't eat anything. Anything they put in their mouth turns to ash.
Doesn't stop them from trying to eat everything, though.
Yeah, and so like they are, you can usually tell a Gaki by them being incredibly skinny, having the malnutrition belly. And yeah, here it goes. Normally we'd be fucked at this point.
Right.
Game over, man.
わからん。武士のようだが、術者か。
霊地とのつながりを断たれてはまずい。私が引き受けよう。
待て、さすがに遠い。
イオリが抑えた霊脈の上を私は風のごとく。
Oh, so Saber specifically can go kick somebody's butt.
イオリは私に合わせて動け。
This costs 2 affinity circles to do. So
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, you'll sort of see. Although there's 2 circles there, that's just because we've got, enough for 2. So if it happened like multiple times in the turn, I don't think I've ever gotten it that bad, but that's when you need it. It is also worth noting that it kind of seems like you get less in rewards when that happens, although it could be just a case of that particular guy being, giving you less rewards because he's like a pre-planned chump. And because we grabbed that field, now that other field up there is breakable. So let's get in and smoosh it.
見事なものじゃいより。すでに霊地での戦い方を心得ておる。
Next up, thinking with portals.
Well, it's definitely what we're going to be doing, actually. No, not quite, but we'll be introduced to yet another new mechanic shortly after this.
We basically are already with the Saber Intercept. Like
Yeah.
That wasn't much of a stretch.
Yeah, no, we've already had two mechanics now introduced to us, the Bounded Field and Saber Intercept. So now we've got we've got one more to acquire in this particular. Well, I say one more to acquire. There's actually like 2 more. In this.
There's always more, and it's always more complicated.
Yeah, but it's all good. Like all the new stuff we're getting is all good.
行かせぬぞ、宮本より。
小説の配下か。奴があのカイドも従えている。
Damn. We playing Fate Samurai Remnant, this guy playing Pokemon.
行くぞ。
If he's playing Pokemon, then I want to know how he manages to field his entire team at once. That definitely would bring me back to the series after like frickin' 15 years of not playing it.
I lean into your ear and I whisper, Jesuit sorcery.
Would make perfect sense, actually. Like, friggin' Pope Francis is actually the best Pokemon master of all time.
Yeah, what I didn't get to say in the in the Let's Play, like previously when we talked about the Makai Tensho, is actually Fate Granddaughter has already had a Makai Tensho referencing storyline, so they aren't doing that again here. It was called Shimosa, and it was actually featured Musashi and a lot of other some people who are related to characters that appear in this. It's kind of interesting, but yes, Musashi was basically the main character of it. It's quite a good story. I like Shimosa.
Give me the signal. Give me a second.
I mean, we got all that affinity. We might as well use it.
Like how that Oni just sat there and took it for 1,000 years before finally waking up. It's so abrupt. He's just sort of shrugging it off like you're fighting friggin'. What the heck is his name? The dude that you have to hit in the face and punch out. He's just like, I don't give a crap. Then he just pulls that massive club out.
And we have officially run out of affinity. So yeah, the unfortunately it doesn't look like regular magic works. I think I would have to be Firebird to like beat this guy. But you can riposte it, so it's all okay. And he did. He's fainted.
潔く引くものだ。この先に罠でも仕掛けてあるんだろ
う。みすみすハマりに行くのは嫌だな。いおり。
ああ、一度引き返そう。
Withdrawing was always an option, apparently. All right, sure.
敵が落としたものか。
じいさん。
We're on our way out and we've just found something very important. It's the next mechanic.
わかったぞ。その中には霊地に呼応する術式が込められておる。おそらく霊地を巡る。
So there exists in the realm of magecraft these little items known as mystic codes.
なるほど。
And essentially, a mystic code is an object that has been imbued with a ritual and only needs more or less it's got all the pieces it needs, and you just gotta do like one last little thing to complete the ritual and it activates its purpose. So they always tend to be very simple in design and simple in intent. Although there are lots of ones that you can sort of do very fancy and clever things so that they have persistent effects and things like that as well. In Fate Granddaughter, mystic codes tend to be an outfit the master wears, which allows you to have like little buffing abilities that you can throw on everybody during fights and things like that, which are kind of nice. And yes, there's more battlefields up.
Well, time to back off.
Yeah, and so like the mystic codes in Fate Granddaughter, you know, like protect the master who wears them from extreme temperatures, certain types of damage, poison, things like that. And in this particular case, though, the mystic codes we're going to get are going to be much more simplistic, but they're going to have a lot more sort of interesting, different responses. And in this particular one, we've actually already seen how it was used, because we've already seen one of the enemies use it.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, is this basically the same thing where Homie could just sort of teleport to any spot that his side owned?
Yeah. So it is the it is the teleport. We can basically fly ourselves along our ley lines to reappear somewhere else on a ley line that we've claimed, and it's referred to as Earth Arts. And Earth Arts is very interesting because Earth Arts, at least in the way it is put by like, as you can see, like, we really the best place for us to go is Asakusa, but it's sort of put forward by Fate Granddaughter as being like a predominantly like Chinese art, and it's an evasion art. So essentially we've just zoomed ourselves along a magical line to like at super speed to end up somewhere else. and we can start heading in this direction. Although it doesn't seem like we're going to get much out of that either.
Yeah, I was
like
gonna
I'm sort of showing that like it doesn't really matter what we take. Like none of these gates are actually going to go down. They all like require they all require just way too much. So something got to give, and we're gonna find it by yeah. It's like we don't really have the turns to mess around on this either. So like I'm gonna head straight to it. But I did want to just sort of show it all off a bit.
Right.
Iori.
And also, we're not allowed to go that way anyway.
Okay then.
Yeah, so we're very strong now.
I mean, you could say that. That's nice of you to say that. It's objectively incorrect because it can't get us where we need to go.
Well, I guess that means we gotta take a detour.
Jesus, Mary, God.
その手の魔力を有した霊地ということか。
Yep, looks like we're heading off in that direction now.
All right, fine. I suppose that's a thing we can do. This sprint just became a marathon.
本当にこちらでいいのか？神田とはだいぶ方角が違うようだぞ。
神田上水というものがある。水路を用いて神田に入れないかと思ってな。
水脈は霊脈に通ずるとも言う。おそらくは小霊地が連なって。
But we don't know for sure until we get down there. All right, fine.
Well, I mean, it's showing it, so like we know. Okay, so well that kind of limits where we can go.
Damn it. Oh, hi.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's probably worth pointing out that Ueno is along the way.
また会いに来てくださると信じておりました。
アリア、貴殿は先ほどあの怪異を。
I mean, she saved us a lot of trouble, so
Now we must pay the Aria tax.
just listening to her ass.
Which is just, yeah, she talks.
魔力供給がありますもの。
Genuinely might have been quicker to just murder everything in front of you.
霊脈を使っていおり様
How rude after all she's just done for us.
I'm just saying facts, man. It might have been quicker to murder them all than listen to her talk.
霊脈に力が
And I am not even remotely in disagreement.
前はあまりにもののけが多くって上の近くの小霊地が全部奪われたり。
それは難儀だったな。
はい、そうなのです。
You really can't show her any empathy, Iori. It just encourages her.
She cannot be discouraged.
She cannot be discouraged. Like it's really hard for me to be too down on her because she did just help. But
Saber's just like, oh my god, stop. Okay, sorry, that was a bit rude of me, but we need to actually hurry. We're in the middle of something here.
小石川へ行かねばならぬので、あまりゆっくりはできぬぞと、いおりに国をな。
そんな、いおり様。私に会いに来てくれたので。
I love Aria
you know
so
exactly
much.
what's going on, Aria. Stop playing
背の
around.
用向きがあるんだ。
I just love her facial expressions.
まあ、そうなのですね。一緒には行けませんけれど、せめて私の思いを受け取ってくださいまし。
And
Alright,
yep, she
wonderful.
gives us her buff, so that makes things a lot easier. But yeah, if Ueno is ever on a ley line map and we go and take Ueno, Aria will pop out and give us her buff and help out.
いおり様の
So you can sort of start to see, as we encounter more rogue servants that actually take part in these as well, we'll be able to interact with them as well.
Right.
And they're more combat oriented, so you might actually, start to see a bit more mechanics involving them get involved.
その時には
Believe me, we have not yet begun to mechanic in these things, and I love them so much. Good day to you.
あれは
Anyway, let's go down and
And now Saber's found food.
we'll just go grab that first.
破れる結界があるようじゃ。
I'm just sort of thinking about how much time we got for this, but we do have plenty of time.
I mean, particularly if it keeps
ここには大蛇が出るという
inflating your turn count.
大蛇か
Yep. Another Earth Otter, so we
That's
definitely have to go
fine.
take care of that.
敵の仕掛けじゃ。注意して進め。
It's really not much of one.
Yeah, like that.
破
That,
れる
that doesn't seem terribly threatening. And then
But
Homie
hey,
is
you gotta fight.
is looking to threaten Asako, but you're about to cut off his supply road.
That guy just kind of like camps there, to be perfectly honest. He's like holding the field, like where we can't get at him, and he's gonna regret it because obviously he's in a position where we can cut him off.
Right. Looked like he was gonna move next turn, but I might have misread the UI. Oh hey, Homie got a frickin' flamethrower here too.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
We'll put that out.
綺麗であってこ
Good
そだ
lord.
The fire hose never fails. Yeah,
Yeah.
and now he is moving up there, so we do have to
Homie
take care
moving,
of him.
but you know, like it doesn't matter. Have fun with
Yeah.
that chump.
And the bounded fields also get removed in that
敵
particular
は
case.
撤退したようだうまく断ち切ったな
我らが地。敵に
But some jerk be stepping,
セイバーいけるか
so let's give him some of this. It's not really that necessary for that one, but I'm doing it anyway.
Might as well.
しかと片付けてきてやったぞ
It's just like, I will never lose. Bye.
Alright. Yep. Great.
We'll just maximize our collections on this.
結界があるようじゃ。
Yeah, I was sitting here wondering exactly how you wanted to handle that. Okay, great.
おお残らず抑えたかこの地の魔力は全て我らのものだな
Yeah, and so that counts that region essentially as a full collect. So I'm still on me stuff. But now we gotta go into Koishikawa and find out why there are so many monsters coming out of here.
先がいないと良いな
Because somebody stinks. And they really just want to go to the drugstore and get somebody some fucking deodorant.
It's a very
That-
big map too.
That's actually what's going on here.
Yeah, so that'll allow us to regenerate our fortitude while in Earth stance a little faster, which makes fighting big things that will kill us a lot easier. Once we get that thing collected, we'll go back to like piling points into Saber's
Right.
other stuff. And look, we actually have some better stuff.
Oh yeah, that was you
Just in
you
time.
I got that one for cutting off the attacker that was going for your home.
Yeah, so we've got our sign. Not a huge amount of things to do here, but we will be coming back to Koshikawa a lot. Because we're not even going to see like a fraction of the map in this run. Because the game does not want us to jump up that cliff face that's going
I was gonna say like this map seems like a pretty generically useful wilderness map.
Well, it's far more than that.
往来を怪異が闊歩しているセイバーここ
Those random bandit dudes just hanging out like 10 feet away from ODB, and this is
剣を
fine.
抜けイオリ
This can only be the home belonging to a master.
敵かやっちまえ
But whomst is the master?
ここが誰の眠り
Yeah, no, clearly it's not. Clearly it's not anybody we know yet because oh hello. Clearly it's not anybody we know yet because for if no other reason, then they are represented by a completely different color.
I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
I was thinking about just fire hosing everybody at once. I
would
may
have
yet
done it.
still.
I would have done it, honestly.
Like, okay, I will heal myself, and then I will get stabbed in the back. So yeah, so we've already like beat all the thugs thing. Like there was so many thugs. Okay.
There you go.
We just blasted that guy to like a different time period of Japan.
Reminds me of the of one of the things you were supposed to do in Simcopter. Like you could get a water cannon on your copter, and if there was a riot in town and they didn't stand down when you were yelling at them over your PA, you were supposed to hit them with the water cannon. This was impossible, by the way, because the water cannon had recoil. I'm sorry, that belly flop just woof.
Yeah, he absolutely like pickled me there. So there we go. We'll eat.
And he stayed down. That was the funniest thing to me. He was just like woof. All right, that's it. That was my one
That cost
trick.
him all of his bones, really. Here we go. Is this the part where I just keep getting told to call? Nope, not yet. Unless it's already happened.
Give me the signal indeed. Alright, later.
Yeah, you have to be careful when they're hitting them when you're blocking them, to just to sort of repeat, because they can sometimes just immediately go into that burst mode. That guy is just over there inspecting the walls rather than fighting us. He might be the smartest skeleton there is.
If he was the smartest skeleton there is, then he'd just be leaving. Because like inspecting the wall is all well and good, but you're not gonna walk away with him just being a sack of bones in the corner.
I don't know. Maybe he can't leave. Maybe it's like the magic that allows him to sort of stay in existence in the area. So he's just gonna pretend to be a humble wall inspector until such a time as
the
we fail
magic
to
of the
notice him and
Hotel
leave.
California. There you go.
Okay, this feels like overkill.
But it wasn't. Didn't even halfway kill him. Alright, well, whatever. You are alive and he is dead.
It's time.
Miyamoto Iori, 随分と前戦を楽しんでるじゃねえか。何の話だ。とぼけるなよ、Miyamoto Iori。
ここは貴様の拠点だったか。それでどうする？語らいに来たわけでもなし。
そうだね。それじゃ始めるとするか。俺はチーモン。せいぜい喜べ。ここも地獄だ。
I love Chimon's voice actor. He really just nails this character so well. Oh dear.
The Avenger of Flames.
So this is a fight where the Master and the Servant will fight against us.
Right.
Which means that there are a few rules that apply to us that apply to them. And I'm going to demonstrate one of them right now to my own detriment. Because yes, Alenta can come to Chiamon's aid, and no, we will not win a clash against the Servant.
Good God. All right.
One kind of nice thing, if you feel confident enough you can get away with it, is if you take down the Master in one of these fights, the Servant will lose their shield. Like, their shield will immediately vanish.
But obviously, you need to be able to get through those clashes and whatever other silly tricks the Servant has.
Yeah. And as you can see, they also have their own affinity techniques.
This is really interestingly designed.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, Shiemon's got his attacks, like, you know, they'll attack independently, and then they'll attack together, so you gotta kind of decide who you want to go for. And in this particular case, I found it's actually faster to go for Lancer. Though you can absolutely, deploy Saber and have Saber run Shiemon down, and that would also do it, I believe.
There you go. I wasn't sure how that one was going to work out, simply because Saber called for support when you were in like genuinely one of the worst positions you could have been in for that.
That all worked out.
Like, oh, here we go.
Here's another one of their team attacks.
Good
We're like,
lord,
yeah.
Saber! Time
It's
and
alright,
place!
look. Team attack. It stuns him, so it's good to get him. And of course we can bunch them together for that attack as well. And the other thing is, Chiamon, if you knock him down, he will get up back up again after a time. So you could, if you wanted to, just do that again.
遅い。
悪い、助かった。
気を散らしている場合か。次から次へとキリがない。ならばここは未だ潜み続ける奴らの視界を叩くの先決か。
蹴取られたか。口よ、浅はかなつわものども。お前の腕試してやる。
Well, he seems nice. New enemy type, Phantom Snakes.
Sure.
So, what were you going to say? Something about coding? Before the cutscene so rudely interrupted you?
Yeah, what was I gonna say now?
About, I don't know, might have been something about how much like the game would have to be like keeping track of all of this different stuff.
I forget what I was gonna say now, because I was paying very close attention to that cutscene, but I think I was going to say something of the sort where we're coding through a lot of the I was thinking
Saber,
about saying something regarding team attacks.
Saber, please. Saber's just like, use me. Like, okay, fine, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so the snakes do poison damage, which, as you obviously can tell, does tick damage over time.
Alright, well, that's that problem taken care of.
おっと、ここにいたわね、二人とも。敵の居所を見つけ出せとは言ったけれど、ちゃんと義理を果たしてくれるなんて、こっちのいおりくんもしっかりしてるじゃない。
Musashi is super happy about this.
It's time to fight. Musashi's in her element.
なぜここにいる？
荒ごとの気配がありましたので、それよりも強敵揃いで頭数足りてないんでしょ。その蛇の親玉、私がもらいます。
Well, they really wanted you to see her smile, like every single fucking moment.
She has a very wholesome smile.
She is just constantly having a good time.
まあいい。
She blew through like a storm is a very good descriptor for Berserker Musashi.
行くぞ。
Yeah, so she'll take care of the snake charmer, she says,
それじゃ
which means we get to play as Miyamoto Musashi.
Oh, sick! Alright, sure.
So yep, we get our official true naming sequence, and also her noble phantasm, which is in gameplay terms, it's the same as our big strike we can do as Iori.
Neat. Okay.
Yeah. And she's got the earth, water, fire, wind, and void stances that will all be involved in her attack, and her ultimate attack is the Kurikana Divine Blade, which I will show off. So you can sort of see she's a servant. She's on a whole other fucking level.
Yeah, and the massive reach of her swords actually reminds me what I was going to say. Is that I realize that a very basic of AI coding is to not have an AI start a strike unless you are pretty darn sure you can connect with that strike. But particularly, like a lot of these sorts of Yakuza-like games constantly fake me out with that sort of thing. Because like Lancer was doing this too, where she would have just a ton of little short-ranged attacks, and then it looks like she's just completely out of range, and then there's just this massive freaking assault from halfway across the world. But she can totally hit you with it. Do not underestimate that shit.
Yeah, Chastise is like similar to the raindrop attack. It's very good for hitting enemies who are doing bursts at range, as Musashi will just throw her swords to their enemies and then just teleport to them.
Right.
短期を選ぶはよらば味方をも殺すがゆえか。
まさかこちらの私の愛弟子わけなく切るはずもなし。つまるとこ私のわがままです。邪魔者なしで強敵と切り合いたいってね。
The gray-clad phantom. All right, sure.
Yeah, we don't exactly know, who this is. We don't know what they are. We don't know who they are, if they're a servant, if they've got a class or whatever. Although the fact they can summon snakes so everywhere is probably usually like a good hint that they're not normal. They're not
right. And also, the fact that those hands are made of rubber. Like Inspector Gadget is looking at that crap and being getting jealous.
Yeah, and he's got a poison substitute Nimpo ability, which is always cool. And you can just sort of see how fast Musashi can chew through a shell.
Right. She definitely has some freaking attack power. There's no two ways about that. Okay then.
It is kind of funny, but here comes the noble phantasm. 6 paths, 5 rings. It is worth noting, when we talk about 5 rings, we're definitely referring to the 5 books that Musashi wrote.
Right.
Which was, exactly those stances I mentioned before, with Void being the last and the shortest one. And, books on basic swordsmanship all the way up to the place of samurai in the then modern age. So it's, it's interesting, and in this particular case it manifests as a variety of just, like, powers within within Masashi's wheelhouse.
Oh, bro, regrew his shell. I've been sitting here expecting you to just
I almost got him.
knock him out any second. I'm just like, what the hell is going on here?
Honestly, I probably could just kill him with like a big beam.
Yeah, another chastise would probably do it. Extendo arm shit. It's so
I was trying to see if I
goofy.
could finish it off just by doing a big charge, but we'll just have to go in for a little
Yeah,
while.
whatever.
The dramatic effect was ruined.
He gets bumped off by a little tap. That's just disrespect.
なれば長いは無用。
逃げ足の速い。ははきっとナウテのアサシンね。
That's
ま
not
あ
news.
今はこれにて満足としましょう。イオリ君たちは生きてるかしら。ライダーいえセイバーですか。
いかにも悪鬼の友柄よ。潔く撃たれるがよい。
あれはライダー。
Are you ready for the baddest motherfucker to have entered the scene? Say hello to Rogue Saber.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like we've already got a saber, so this means this is a rogue saber.
狙いはランサー。
What a fucking intro.
Yeah, no shit.
利用して
I'm now going to demonstrate just how quickly you can destroy Chiamon, because guess who we're playing as?
Rogue
We're
saber.
playing as
Very
Rogue Saber.
Infinite faith.
It's just time to just beat a poor scarred guy to death.
Oh.
Please note that
shit.
he's still pretty much the same health they did before.
I mean, yeah, but you hit Lancer like 3 times, and a quarter of her barrier went away.
I'm just sort of like collateraling Chiamon. That's the worst part.
Like, bruh just needs to get out of the way.
Now see,
Alright,
watch
sure.
this. Boom. You stunner. There you go.
Well, that sucks for you.
悪は立つのみ。
And you'll probably be able to tell now, Rogue Saber was the one from that depiction of the of who it was who killed all of the Shogun's men.
Right. Also, I get the distinct feeling that whoever he is has a connection to the area and is not happy about Chiamon just burning places to the ground. Just like, no, I like this city. Shut up.
悪鬼は闇を招く。そして闇を払うは我が役儀。
マスター。
死をもって命じる。本物の地獄を見せてやれ。
召喚ゼオン菩薩。 アロリキャ。
クラムヘイエトランジェ。
祁答部か。
そうだ。全部燃え尽きる。
程度。
どうするセイバー。
さて、君の言葉を借りるなら36系逃げるにしかずだが。
さて
より
I was not ready for airship. I was not ready for airboat.
「人はあまりに脆く、あまりに弱く、そしてあまりにもあまりにも
Yeah, so that's like the rounds out the chapter.
Definitely a climax. Big C climax.
Yeah, we got a whole lot of characters just introduced, didn't we? We got Assassin, we got Rogue Saber. Chiamon's finally introduced himself to Iori. That was the first time they met face to face, and a mysterious giant flying boat.
Yeah, I was not ready. I was not ready for actual sailboat, like sailing on the wind boat. I was not ready for that.
Remember when we start getting into things like Grail Wars and their pseudos, we're definitely entering the realm where the impossible does happen. And so, we will find out what's happened to Iori and Saber in the aftermath of all of that insanity, because we got bounced by somebody there in all the excitement, and we're gonna be heading into another exposition heavy episode that sort of to start the new chapter off, to sort of introduce us to some new characters.
I'll need to bring tea for that one, because I need to be paying attention.
Yeah, actually, the funny part is the characters that appear in the next one will outright tell you who they are from the get-go. So like, you don't actually have to do any study. You can go back to figuring out who Boss is.
Yeah, well, yeah, that is definitely my primary thing. Is like, yeah, sure, a number of these guessing games, like, ultimately it's fine. I don't. One of the primary disadvantages I have is because I have no background on Fate. I have no idea what hints are important and what hints are just for fun. Right? Like, that's the context that I'm missing. But man, I thought I really had it with Midas. I'm pissed about that.
Well, we basically started the episode the same. We're ending the episode the same way we started, which is you mad about your guesses.
Yeah.
So let's see y'all next time. I've been the Last Robo Kai.
And I've been Cool Guy.
yeah, next time we get into the next chapter and we introduce ourselves to some new characters. So we'll see you all next time.